PNC, America's Black News Channel. Watch 15 minutes. Share with everyone. Finally, news that speaks to us.
In honor of Women's History Month, Hattie joins us to talk about her journey to CEO and to inspire the next generation of leaders. Hattie, so great to see you. Tell us, where did your career begin and how did you get to where you are today?
Good morning. First of all, thank you for having me. This is so exciting because there's nothing like Women's History Month to make you grateful. And so I am so grateful for my journey. I started extremely poor on a farm in Arkansas as a fourth daughter of a single mom, six girls. And my journey really took me in the very basic foundation that my mother believed in, which was education. And so I got a degree in education, then another master's in psychology. And then I went from that pretty quickly into my own business doing consulting with major corporations all around the world. So we traveled, we did leadership development, diversity, equity, and inclusion before it was even called diversity. So we had an awesome career, but always looking at how do you make it better for the next woman, because that's what's most important.
So many people will see this and admire your journey, but for younger folks who want to become you, I have to ask, did you always know that this greatness was inside of you, or was there a turning point in your life?
You never really know what you're capable of, because I grew up in a community that was all about, you might live in a poor situation or you might be in poverty, but poverty doesn't have to be in you. So it's about the dream. And so what we encourage young girls, especially now, is to dream big. Because of technology, you can see things that I never saw growing up, but I don't think you ever really know until you're in the midst of that dream happening. And then you keep pushing to the next dream, because we can do so many things. And that's what we really want to tell women and girls. You can go as far as you want to go.
Because you experienced that adversity at a young age, did you ever pull from that or lean on that? I guess my question is, did it sustain you through some of the challenges that you faced later in life in corporate America, because you had early on in your life been through so much that you thought, hey, I can handle this. This is nothing. You don't know where I've come from.
Absolutely. Listen, when you grow up on a farm, you work so hard. There's nothing that can really, resilience becomes a part of your DNA. And so when people throw things at you, and I had all type of things thrown at me, including my first boss who said some derogatory things about working with a Black woman who was educated. But what I really took it is from the basic foundations that I grew up with my mother, who was a strong woman, which is, your faith, your family, you do not let other people determine your dream. You determine it yourself. And one thing that I learned early on is you fall forward. It's okay to fall as long as you fall forward.
It's beautifully put. You're an expert at consulting companies about driving cultural change. So I have two questions for you. First of all, do the companies that you work with, do you get the feeling that they authentically want diversity within their corporate environment, or is this something that they're doing just to check off a box? And then what are some ways that we can create inclusive environments?
Well, first of all, if you think about it, we've gone through so many changes in the last few years. So what was an inclusive environment 20 years ago, 30 years ago, is totally different now that we're in this post COVID culture that we're going to have to build in corporate America. I think the corporations have good intentions. If you look at what happened after George Floyd, where corporate America committed $50 billion to impact social justice. Now, at this point, only about 250 million of that has been spent, but I think they want the culture. Oftentimes, corporations just don't know how to approach this. So having diverse talent in your organization is step one. Right now, corporations are looking for talent, period. With the Great Resignation was real. And so we want to bring people back into the work environment in a way that makes them feel valued. And every company is going to have to approach that a bit different based on who they are within their company values and their DNA.
Hattie, thank you so much for inspiring women this month and beyond with your leadership and tenacity as a CEO. We love you here.